What's up, cool people? Welcome to another game review. Today I'm reviewing Sonic Frontiers, and, okay, real quick, just so you know, all that my webcam is covering up right now is the continue option, and as I play most of the game, it's not really going to cover up anything important there. But yeah, so, I've actually played this game a fair bit in some live streams of mine. But, like, I never actually did a full-on, like, you know, Let's Play style series of it. Thus, the video that I am recording today. So, Sonic Frontiers, in case you didn't know, is an open-world Sonic game. Oh, I forgot I wanted to maybe get rid of the whole birthday vibe. But, that's something I guess I could talk about. So, there's been a couple updates of the game, one of which involves a lot of this birthday scene stuff. So, like, Sonic gets some shades and a birthday hat on. It's got all that extra colorful stuff in the corners. There's even some stuff on the map that gets changed a little bit, like these boxes get some birthday flair. But anyway, that's... all that to say, there are some things that they have added to this game post-launch that have given it more content and made it more interesting. So a lot of things around the open world you'll find are kind of like what I did there. It shifts between this current 3D perspective that you see and more the 2D like you saw a little bit ago. But yeah, ultimately, you just kind of run around the map. Combat can be quite interesting. Because it's more than just like, oh hey, I'm gonna spin dash all over the place to fight these enemies, or something like that. Like, you actually punch, kick, do different combo moves and stuff like that. Which, as you progress through the game and unlock some of these skills, you'll have more attack options, but also eventually you unlock this auto combo thing, which I personally utilize all the time. You know, in case you don't want to have to think about doing all the different button combinations in order to get those moves to work while you're, you know, in the midst of your actual fighting. So yeah, let me get to, real quick. So here's the map of this area. There's 5 primary map island areas that you go to, although this one is a pretty quick, short one, if I remember right. The other ones, you know, Chaos, Oranos, Kronos, and Ares, are more so where the bulk of your gameplay is going to be. Can I... Alright, I'm going to mark that. So one of the main things that you do to progress the story in this game is you go to these portals that'll take you to more like your classic 2D Sonic type of levels. And as you can see, you have sort of goals within those that you try and, you know, complete. And as you complete those goals, you get keys that then give you access to the Chaos Emeralds throughout each island. And that's how you kind of progress the story. You also need to collect, like, gears from certain enemies or other spots on the map in order to even just unlock these portals. So that's how they make the game open world without it all being, like, immediately accessible to the point where the game would be, like, super duper short. Oh yeah, also, loading screens are not just boring waiting for stuff. It actually gives you, like, stuff to do. Like, you can do these sets of combo moves. Sometimes, or not combo moves, but yeah. Anyway, like, as you unlock skills throughout the game, these whole training bits will actually kind of more so introduce you to some of those and familiarize you with the button combinations and how they work and when they work and that kind of stuff. So that's nice. But yeah, this... I wouldn't say this is the main attraction here. Ah, come on. How did those hit me? Alright, whatever. But yeah, these kind of levels like this are also where you'll spend a fair portion of the game. And a lot of them will resemble levels from prior Sonic games. Especially prior, like, you know, classic 2D Sonic games. Ah, doggone it, I was trying to avoid that. Also, I might have just missed a red star ring thing there. I bet you I accomplished none of the side quest goal things there. Yeah, no. 30 rings and red star rings. Did not get either of those. But anyway, that's where it brings in some of the more classic Sonic vibe. Nope. But anyway, yeah. Once this is done here, and we get back to the kind of main map area, I think I'll dig a little bit more into some of the open-worldedness. Not sure if that's really a word, but some of how the open world works. So, when you start off, there are certain spots throughout the map, like these right here, that'll help you unlock, or more accurately reveal, more of the map. That's what I focused on first and foremost. There's also a bunch of things called memory tokens on each island that you kind of need for some of the story stuff as well. Real quick, did I get... Yeah, I got all of the story stuff on this island. I might actually go to a different island just so I can show you a bit more of that stuff and how that kind of works. But also, progress trackers. That was not in the original release of the game. That's something that they added as an update, I think. So, if you want to go completionist on this game, that's a solid tool to look at there. Oh yeah, you also find these little guys throughout each island. These are called Coco. And you turn those in to a certain guy. I'm thinking it's this one. You turn those into a guy called the Elder Coco, and he then will actually, like, boost your stats and stuff. If you look at the bottom left of the screen, you'll see some of those stats I'm talking about. He does more with the ring capacity and speed, which are the upper and left stats you see there. Also, one of the updates along the way also added the ability to just put everything into a certain stat for this. You used to have to do it one thing at a time, even if you turned in enough Coco to get multiple stat increases. So that's nice. Oh, there's an enemy nearby, which... Oh, crud. Okay. So there's, like, some kind of mini-boss enemies on each island. Nope, okay, hold up. Let me go back this way so I can get that. Yeah. I think these mini-boss enemies are usually the ones that give you the... come on, you gotta be kidding me with that. These mini-boss enemies are the ones that usually give you the gears that you need for the portals. By the way, there are no lives in this game, like in the classic Sonic games, which, when you got really kind of dumb, annoying stuff like what just happened to me, it is much appreciated. Nope, that's on the inner ring. Those are both on the inner ring. Okay. But yeah, so you fight these dudes, get the, like, portal gear things, and then, you know, you use those portal gears to... Jeez, really? Use those portal gears to open up portals. And then, you know, from the portals, you get the keys to gain access to the Chaos Emeralds. See, at least when it's like this, I have the ability to go back and get some of the rings that I've lost. Granted, only some. See, portal gear. So, yeah. Considering you lose a ton of rings when you take some hits, I'm not really entirely sure how much good it does to, you know, really raise your ring capacity all that much. Because, like, you take a hit and you lose a lot anyway. And there's actually, like, you kind of gain some extra speed from your boost here if you have your rings maxed out. But anyway, I digress. So in terms of fast travel, there is technically fast travel, but you have to, like, I think, clear all the portals and get all the side missions from them in order to enable fast travel between those. But otherwise, I'm also going to head on over this way. Just because there's something I want to show you all there. Oh yeah, there's also kind of hidden stuff like that throughout the map sometimes. But anyway, this kind of rail system, which you unlock by doing the, like, map revealing things, that's kind of your main, almost fast travel equivalent for the vast majority of the game. Alright, now I'm looking to head... Oh, geez. Do I need to go up? Yeah, I need to go up there. Maybe this will help me. Okay, well that got me up here, which is helpful. That just unlocks that, okay. But anyway, as far as Sonic games go, this is really about one of the best that you're gonna find, especially for newer Sonic games. Oh, that red thing I just collected, I can turn that in to a different character. Not the Elder Coco, but there's one called a Hermit Coco that, like, you turn those into him, and then he gives you, like, increased attack and defense, which are also helpful for taking down the bosses quicker. Still trying to get up higher. Hopefully I can use this to that end. Yeah. Really, like, on the whole, this is... They pulled this off extremely well for an open world Sonic game, because you really get some moments of, like, you know, real quick mobility, with different, like, kind of things that I just did, where you can use rails and springs and dashes and different things like that to help you move around. But then there's also the portal things that bring in sort of the more classic 2D Sonic feel. Oh yeah, there's also music that you can find throughout the game and, like, play your choice of music as you go around. Okay, so when you collect the memory tokens and stuff like that, those unlock dialogue scenes like this, which it's about to get into here in a sec. There we go.
You can't just take control of that last Titan, can you?
I have made multiple attempts, but all failed.
Oh yeah, let me get my webcam out of there.
One, right? I don't want any more surprises.
I can confirm only 4 were constructed.
Well, then let's do it.
The story of the game involves a lot of, like, cyberspace and data and stuff like that as sort of the backdrop of it. Which is why when you when you go through one of the portals, it talks about, you know, entering or leaving cyberspace, and why the memory tokens are kind of what they are. Oh yay, another caterpillar enemy. Fun. There are also even, like, other non-boss enemies that you find in the game. Nope, that one was on the outer rail. That was an inner rail one, though, so at least there was that. Oh, come on, you gotta be kidding me. Where? I was on the inner rail before when I tried to get this, so what in the world? Okay, there we go. Ooh, hello. Okay. Enemy is vulnerable now. But yeah, so, especially if you're a Sonic fan, this game is really good. Especially because it also includes, like, a bunch of references to other Sonic games throughout it. There's even a little scene where you kind of play some pinball. I don't know if it was intended to be a Sonic Spinball reference, but that was what it made me think of. They also specifically reference events that happened in other games when they're doing some of the, you know, like, dialogue moments. Like, you'll get some of those with Tails or Knuckles or whoever, and they'll have some moments where it's like, oh yeah, remember when we and then it recounts, you know, some sort of battle or story event from a previous game. So yeah, on the whole, really solid game, I would say. Oh, hey, there's a Chaos Emerald. I didn't think I really needed to get that Chaos Emerald. But sure. Also, where does he store those?
One more. I gotta hurry up.
Sonic.
What? How did it not save? What? Oh, that's like the last one you get right before the final thing. Yeah. Yeah.
You're not
I forgot about that.
Oh, I found it for you.
And it's about to throw me into that final boss sequence, isn't it? Yep. Ow. So, and then once you collect all the Chaos Emeralds on a certain island, you'll unlock boss fights like this, like big boss fights, where he goes all supersonic. Holy cow, that did a lot of damage. So then you get these like really, really epic battle scenes. So, I feel like there's a lot of other little details and stuff that I could say about the game, but that aren't really necessary to say. Let's just say there's a whole lot that you can do. And especially if you want to try and go any kind of completionist on this, it's going to take some serious effort and a serious number of hours. So, like, even... honestly, like, this is a game where I would say even just paying full $60 price or whatever is pretty well worth it, especially if you're a Sonic fan. Because this is pretty much everything you would think you'd want out of an open world, mostly 3D Sonic game. So yeah, I don't necessarily want to give it a 10 out of 10 because there are some things where it's like, yeah, this could run a little bit better. Oh geez, I dashed at this one little spot and because of a tiny little bump there, I am flying off into the middle of nowhere. So there's some stuff here and there that like makes the game not necessarily perfect, but it's pretty darn good. Like, I'd even go as far as giving this a 9 out of 10. Also, I'm not sure if it's actually rated E. It might be E10 plus.
Is that it?
I don't see why it would potentially be rated teen. Also, I'm going to pause this so I'm not giving like major story spoilers. Actually, let me check the game card here real quick. Okay, E10 plus for fantasy violence. So, yeah, really, really solid game. And suitable for most ages, I would say. So yeah, there's a whole lot more that you could do in the game that I didn't explain, and that's part of the reason I rated it so high, is because there's a lot to do. There's even like a fishing mini game. There's time trial things within it. If I could back out to the main menu right now, I would, but it won't let me.
It's retreating into space to regain its true form.
So there's also, once you complete the story the first time through, that also unlocks a boss rush mode and a time attack mode for the like kind of classic Sonic stages that you'd find in the portals, where it just chains all of those together and whatnot. And man, so there's a lot to this game. Plus, there's a couple of different looks that you can give Sonic and the other characters in the environment. So yeah, really, really good game. Highly recommend. So yeah, otherwise, I think that about wraps up my thoughts on Sonic Frontiers, lest I go on and on and on about all the tiny little things that you can do. So that's going to do it for today's game review. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it. Share it with others if you want them to see. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to the channel and click the bell to get updates when I post new videos. If you happen to see this on Rumble, just give me a follow there. Make sure you look down in the description, too, to get information on, you know, finding and following other social media pages of mine. And below that, leave comments with any thoughts you have, other games you might want me to play through and or review, thoughts on previous games that maybe I've played through and didn't leave a review that you'd maybe like to see that specifically. But whatever thoughts you have, let me know down below. So anyway, that's going to do it for now. Hope you're all doing well. Hopefully I'll see you for the next video. But until then, stay cool, people.